Hello, it's Zaynah from Linkable. Today I'm going to be reading Miranda the Explorer by James Mayhew. One day, Miranda won first prize in a painting competition. The prize was a ride in a balloon and she was going to be on television. Miranda climbed into the basket under the balloon. The cameras rolled and she waved to the cheering crowds. This was fun. But then there was a sudden gust of wind. The road snapped and the balloon sailed away with Miranda in it, all by herself. The wind carried her up into the stormy sky and out of sight. The balloon flew over cold, rocky islands and hot volcanoes. The wind became calmer and Miranda opened her eyes. There was nothing in the basket except a large map of the world. Miranda wondered where she could be. She was very high up, but she decided to be brave. She pulled a rope under the balloon to see what would happen. Hiss! Out came a little gas and the balloon floated down through the clouds. Miranda couldn't stop it and she landed with a jolt. A little girl came running over to her. "My name's Olga," she said in English. "Welcome to Russia. Have you come to visit me?" "Not really," said Miranda. "I want to get back home, but I don't know how to make the balloon go up again." Olga noticed the heavy bags of sand tied to the basket. "Perhaps if you empty one, the balloon will go up," she said. As soon as they emptied the bag, the balloon rose up into the air. "Thank you," called Miranda. "Goodbye." Miranda flew for days and nights, through wind and snow, all the way to the Himalayas, where she brushed the top of the highest mountain in the world. Soon, the wind felt warmer. Miranda landed in a busy marketplace full of snake charmers and fire eaters, bright colours and spicy smells. This was India. On a stall, Miranda saw a compass which showed north, south, east and west, but she had no money to buy it. Then Hari, the boy at the stall, said, "If you let me ride in your balloon, you can have the compass." "Hop in then," said Miranda. He got into the basket and Miranda took him up into the evening sky. Then she brought him gently down again and waved goodbye. Miranda looked at her compass. She needed to fly west to get home, but she didn't know how to turn the balloon around. She had to go to wherever the wind blew her, and the wind blew her over the Great Wall of China to Japan. She flew past a village and lots of children waved from their windows. A little girl, Nobuku, had a computer. "How can I turn the balloon around?" called Miranda from the basket. Nobuku looked it up on the computer. "If you go up and down, you will find different breezes," she said. "You must find the breeze that will carry you home." "Oh, thank you," called Miranda, and she sailed off through the clouds. Miranda flew up and down and up again, searching for the right breeze. Before she knew it, she had reached Australia. She swooped down to look at the koalas and the kangaroos. The balloon snagged on a bush, and a thorn ripped a big hole in it. Miranda sank slowly towards a river full of crocodiles. "Are you all right?" called a boy who was cycling past. "No, my balloon's torn," yelled Miranda. "No problem. You can borrow my puncture repair kit," said the boy. "My name's Bruce. Glad to meet you." So Miranda climbed up ropes and stuck a patch over the hole. It worked perfectly. She emptied a sandbag and floated off. The wind carried Miranda across the sea. She flew across America and saw Hollywood and the Grand Canyon and great cities and forests and plains. She didn't even stop when she reached the Statue of Liberty in New York because she knew she was still a long way from home. All the tourists took photographs and the children gave her their donuts and ice creams. Then Miranda headed across the sea to Africa. She let the wind carry the balloon towards Egypt because she wanted to see the pyramids. She landed in the desert where a boy called Omar gave her some water in exchange for a donut. The balloon flew north to Greece and on to Italy. Miranda spotted the Leaning Tower of Pisa. As she landed beside the tower, two children asked if they could have a ride. She took them up to the top of the tower and down again. Sophia gave Miranda an enormous pizza to say thank you. Miranda waved goodbye to Italy. Miranda flew over the sea to Spain. She pulled the rope and came down to have a good look at Barcelona. She almost got tangled up in the strings of flags hung across the streets. "Don't worry," she said. As the balloon flew across France, Miranda noticed it was sinking very low. She emptied the last of the sandbags, but still the balloon did not rise. By the time Miranda reached Paris, the balloon was so low that it was bumping the rooftops. She flew straight towards the Eiffel Tower and got caught up in it. Just to make things worse, it started raining and the wind began to blow. It grew stronger and stronger and whoosh! Up went the balloon, swirling through the stormy sky, and Miranda was swept across the crashing waves and over high cliffs to England. She flew across London and waved to the Queen, and as she sailed over the Buckingham Palace. The balloon limped on, sinking lower and lower until at last it gave a little sigh and flopped onto the ground. Miranda looked around and saw that at long last she was home. She had her favourite supper and a nice hot bath and fell fast asleep in her own comfy bed. It was good to be back, but yet Miranda felt a bit sad. She missed her adventures. Next day, she rang the television director and told him about all the wonderful things she had seen. "Do you want your balloon back?" she asked. "I'm afraid it's got a puncture." "Oh, you can keep it," said the director, "and we'd love to make a program about you. We could call it Miranda the Explorer." But Miranda was too busy. She had a balloon to get ready. She filled up the sandbags and sewed up the hole, and in no time the balloon was as good as new. Miranda the Explorer emptied a sandbag, unfolded her map, and flowed gently up into the sky. The whole world lay before her. The end.